Hello.
Hi, Michael. It
You
works. I think it works.
you think so?
Well, I don't know. We'll find out from people in the chat. If anybody out there is watching, they can let us know if it's working.
Yeah, that would be exciting if it did. I'm always nervous incorporating new technologies, and even more so when we incorporate new elements to new technologies, because I have no idea how any of this works.
I know. I think we're doing a good job. I think we're taking it like one small little step at a time, and we are, growing, learning, um, definitely learning. Adding the pros and cons. Oh, there's Terry. There's Claudia. Hi, you guys. Claudia says, it's working.
I mean,
That's good to know.
feels
Jamie, thank you. It works. What works? Yeah, exactly. We don't even know what we're doing.
it all feels like a house of cards that is stitched together with bubblegum and duct tape.
Well, that's we are dancers, we are teachers, we're artists, and we're having to, of course, as everybody, learn. Oh, thanks, Benny. I hear both of y'all.
But what are
Yes.
we really saying, Betty?
But what are we really saying? What are we really saying? Yeah, but we're learning, everything tech. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't complain. I shouldn't complain so much about like, oh gosh, I'm having to be able to learn how to do all of this other stuff. And it's like, well, yes, and the whole world has moved into that direction. I mean, kids at school don't even have real classrooms. They have online virtual classrooms now. So it's everybody. We're not alone.
This is our virtual classroom. It's called life, everyone. Don't grow up.
Hello, Jaren. Hello, Ron. This is so much fun seeing the chat.
I love how distracted you get by the chat where you're just like, I'm trying to talk to you, and you're like, hold on, Michael, I got to read my fan mail. Um, yeah.
Oh, Benny, learning does keep you young and beautiful. So does getting a
Thanks.
good night's sleep, washing your hair, lipstick, and
Hydrate.
sunlight.
That's
You better believe I am hyper aware of color choices and positioning in the apartment. It's all part of the show, y'all.
I'm aware of none of those things. I do have a lamp. This is my lighting right here, so that's
You're
all.
doing great.
I'm doing something. I decided I'm so bored with my white background that I was willing to turn the laptop around and show you that I appreciate art. Oh God, art. Sometimes I'll watch TV. Sometimes I'll read a book. But mostly I'm just spending my time drinking up there.
Oh wow, yeah, you've got like I like how you've positioned all of your bottles and the alcohol and basically the bar up on the highest shelf so that, if I come over, I can't reach.
Yeah, I really got to work for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the whole point. It's gonna
Well,
work.
let me show you my thing. So my big thing these days has been plants because I'm actually in the New Yorker magazine. There was an article about the therapy of gardening and plants and how that can really help people with their, anxiety right now in the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
So this is a great opportunity to show you some of my plants. And I've opened, this is New York City. Hey, New York. And it's very kind of precarious there, but I've got my little plants there balanced on the windowsill. I hope they don't fall out. I bring them in at night. And got all these little plants behind me. So, oh, and look, Michael, you gave me that plant.
I did.
You
Happy
know
birthday.
what's amazing? Michael and Carolina, they literally shipped this plant in a box. I don't know how it survived. And they sent that to me for my birthday. That was my birthday present. A plant.
Happy 21st.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Benny's got a request. Can you pull? What does
A
that mean?
Wolverine look? Oh my gosh. Benny, what are you asking for?
Is this what he looked like?
No, no, Wolverine, you have to part it in the middle and then kind of do like,
You sure it
you
wasn't this with the things and the no?
no, no, that's Jack Nicholson from,
Is that
yeah. The
Basically,
Shining.
yeah.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Hugh Jackman.
Hijack my own.
Oh, Carolina! Isn't the plant beautiful? Anyways, I think plants really do make us happy these days. I think it's an important thing, nature.
Some of
Especially, I mean, I know it's summertime for a lot of folks, and if it's possible, I know a lot of people have been managing to escape and get away somewhere close by, probably that doesn't require air travel. But on Facebook and on Instagram, I'm still seeing people are, escaping into the nature, and I think that's a super big deal for people in the city. So it helps.
didn't
Nature is what I'm trying to say.
you and Simon escaped for a minute, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. So Simon's dear friend, he's a cellist. He and his family, and they have two little boys and a dog. They were going to go glamping at this place called Huttopia, which is actually a Canadian company. And yeah, it was really lovely. It was lovely because it was kind of my first time to go camping. I would consider myself a pretty extreme city girl. So making a fire and being amongst so many trees was really great. It was really great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All those plants, but bigger.
exactly.
And you still have them.
Exactly. Wait, I wonder, can I turn my camera around? I don't think I have the ability to do that. I was going to say, if I could turn my camera around, I could show you a lot more plants. But we're digressing. That could take a long time.
It's fine. So
Oh, I'm going to mute because I got New York City stereo. Can you hear that?
yes, I can. It's not one of the. It's one of the things I do miss about New York City was just the neighborhood kind of block party sounds. Um, yeah, it's just, there's something really nice about that. We don't really get that here in Stockwell. We get a lot of sirens, um, which is cool. There is a guy, I don't know his deal, but I love this guy. He just kind of randomly shows up on the street, and he's got these big headphones and wireless, I guess, because it's not plugged into anything. And he'll just stand on the sidewalk and kind of like he takes a wide power stance. And he just kind of like bops around to his music in his head. And I've seen him consistently all summer, from time to time, rocking out, and it makes me very happy because I can stand up here at my window right there and just look out and watch him. And I'm just like, man, he's living his life. COVID be damned, he will get his dance on, and it's great. It's really fun.
I mean, isn't that what we have to do right now? Like, we have to figure out how to still live our lives and how to live our best lives. So, if it's the headphones, then do what you got to do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's certainly without studio space and things like that. I guess that's where the street kind of becomes your studio, doesn't it?
Yeah. Actually, on that note, man, I don't have a video to share, but maybe next time I can share. One of the things that I do is I walk outside the apartment and I can meet up with Nathan Bew and Gabby Cook.
I heard of that.
And we we find a spot over off Riverside, like usually by some playground that nobody's playing on because it's still not allowed. And we'll find like just a little corner, and we'll just be wearing regular leather sole bottom shoes, and we'll work on some simple tap steps.
That's cool.
And that has been really cool. In fact, that's one of the best things for me is getting outside of the apartment. I'm fortunate enough that I've got some friends that we have a safety pod agreement in terms of we not getting COVID, and then yeah, doing a little bit of dancing outside. We're still not touching each other, like we're not social dancing, but doing little simple tap steps has been a fun exercise.
That's
And
cool.
yeah.
We've done a similar thing here with Marie Ndiaye, and she kind of organized this thing where she was like, "I got to get out and keep moving." So she set up a little thing for a few of us, so we all go out to. It's actually just right next to Tower Bridge, so it's a nice little view. It's outdoors, lots of space. We'll just do like a little jazz jam for a few hours on a Friday, which is it's really fun. It's cool.
That's really important.
Yeah, just to move because really, other than that, like there's not a lot. There's just nothing to like work some stuff out. You know.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody in the chat is watching, tell us, are you able to dance anywhere? Do you go anywhere? Do you have any friends that you feel safe dancing with? Are there any studios that have opened up for you? So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I don't. What is it like in the States? Have you heard of any places like in the? I don't know where. I imagine New York City doesn't have any studios open.
I definitely don't. I definitely don't, or I have not heard of like regular social dancing happening. Let me think. I know Atomic Ballroom over in Los Angeles, where Nikki and Shasha Marvin and Mikey Pedroza are based. I think that they've been doing workshops, but I guess they must be online. Let's see. Jamie is saying, I got an email from my tap dance teacher today saying that she's hoping to start smaller classes again in September. That's great. But
Okay.
again, tap dancing, you can stay safe, wear masks, not touch anybody.
Right.
Let's see. Terry's saying the best Eileen and I can do is our living room most of the time. Hey, I think that's the best. That's the best solution.
Yeah. Yeah. The living room has become my studio. It's my workspace. It's also Carolina's workspace. So that's fun to share that around because it's she's trying to do. I almost said real work. I'm trying to do real work too. But yeah, she's like
We are real, Michael. This is really happening right now.
saying,
There are real people right now listening and looking at you.
yeah. She'll be like on a call with a client, and then I'm like, all right, wait for it. And then when she hangs up, I'm like clomping around doing my
Yeah.
stuff. So
Nikki says that there's been a few events in the Chicago area. That's exciting. But I wonder what are they doing? How are the restrictions? Jane says we have outside dancing at Pittsfield Pump Rooms every week in Cheltenham. Where's that?
Cheltenham. I don't know. We'll have Jenny when we bring Jenny on in a few minutes. We can have Jenny tell us where Cheltenham is. I'm sure she knows all the locations of the
Yeah, so good segue. Jenny who?
Jenny Thomas. Have you heard of her? Are you familiar with her?
I have heard of the great Jenny Thomas, the
Yeah.
epitome of professionalism, the role model of hard working and I think success. Truly a life as a dancer, a career as a dancer, choreographer, teacher. I mean, from day one, and she's still doing it.
How much did she pay? Are you getting paid for this? Because I didn't get any money for that. What did she do a script or something? Yeah.
I don't need any money to give Jenny that kind of introduction, man. She is like, talk about, I mean, just the role model, like just the role model. And I think professionalism comes to mind first because, we've seen Jenny go through so much ups and downs, crazy gigs, crazy jobs, crazy schedule, family schedule, and she is just always on time, always communicating, always smiling and showing up looking put together. I should wait until we get her on so she can hear me saying all of this.
I mean, I have a sense that she might be aware of it already, but what am I to say? I will tell you my adjectives for Jenny include, but are not limited to, dance mom.
Dance mom. That is true.
The ever present voice in my head saying, "You really gonna wear that?
Yes.
You want your hair to look like that?" I'm so excited for tonight's haircut.
Oh God. Oh God.
No, she's truly, yeah. We're, you know what? I feel like we're building all of this up, and I feel like what might be better was just to bring her out so she can tell us herself what she thinks. If
Yes,
that's
absolutely. You should bring her on. I know Jamie just in the comments also mentioned, of course, she choreographs for Strictly Come Dancing, which is the famous, very popular dance show with celebrities in the UK, and she's been doing that for a while now, and it's a program on the BBC, and I mean that's a great gig. It's a solid, incredibly I think high status job. You know, she gets to work with a lot of celebrities and then she gets to be choreographing and you know, she's not the dancer in front of the cameras, but she's the one coaching, training, teaching, which is amazing.
I think she told me once she made her first 10 million off of the first season doing that. I'm kidding. Oh my god.
I was like, what?
Oh.
Michael, don't joke about that. That's not funny.
Do you know any professional dancers in your life? They don't make that kind of money. Come on now. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
I know, but for a minute there, I would have believed you because like the BBC is a real, you know, like well-respected
Real
television program,
community funded, up and coming broadcast.
or that, yeah, that's true too.
All right, so I'm going to say without further ado, let's bring on tonight's special guest. We're so excited to have her, the one, the only, Jenny Thomas. Jenny Thomas!
Ah, Jenny! Oh my gosh!
Oh, hold on, you're muted, and I don't know why. Let me see if I can figure out why. Keep talking, Jenny. We'll figure it out. No. Oh, see, this is what I'm so excited for. It's the. Oh, the viewer. I can't hear anything. Can you hear me? Really? That's exciting. I hear nothing from you. Hold on.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. My bad. Okay, try again.
I can hear you now. Jenny, say something to me. No, I can't hear you. What happened?
Let's see. The comments are. Let's read what the comments say, and they'll tell us what to do. Allison Foster gives a big kissy face. Benny Vo is clapping. Steve says, "Hi, Jenny. So great to see you." Terry says, "Jenny, Eileen, and I miss you so much." That's Terry and Eileen from Minneapolis. I believe that is right. Horst. Oh my God, Horst is here. Hello, her pretty. That's what Horst writes. Ron, so Ron, you can hear Michael and I, but we can't hear Jenny. Yeah. Well, super bummer. Yeah, Cheden is saying the same thing. I wonder
So,
if Jenny could call back in.
sure. Let's try that. Okay.
They always say if you just turn the thing off and turn it back on again, chances are it'll work.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Or not. Yeah, I don't know. I assume. Was there a second where you and Jenny could hear each other?
I never was able to hear Jenny, no.
No.
Oh, Christelle, good to see you. Very happy to see all three faces. You'll see all three faces in just a moment.
Jenny?
Hello, can you hear me?
Ah! Now I feel like Benny. Yeah!
Such a build-up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It went, oh,
Perfect. So perfect. It's exactly how life should be.
Well, normally it's something like I'm doing something wrong, you know. I'm not computer orientated at all. So
Right.
I'm thinking, did I press something? What did I do?
Yeah.
As you said, Evita, turn it off, switch it back on.
Yeah.
We did it. We're here.
We made it. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being with us. We're so
And
excited.
thank you for that amazing introduction.
I was also impressed. I was like, wow, she sounds great. I'd love to meet
I
her.
would have paid you. Oh my God. And you know what? That first 10 million,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
Did you see her
Um,
face when I said
that
that? She
that
was.
was like, God, if only that was a tenth of that, or you know, a percentage of that.
Exactly. Oh,
You know, this is something as a dancer is. We're never going to be millionaires, are we?
most of us know.
No.
Well, I shouldn't speak for all of us, but I know I probably won't be unless the lottery happens, which won't be through dancing. So, but you have.
But it's a,
Go ahead, Evita.
oh, I was just gonna say, but I think all three of us are very clear about the priorities in our life, what matters and what's important and what makes us happy. And I don't think you need $1 million to be happy. You know, like if you just need Michael's face is like, wait, am I doing something wrong?
It would be nice to have that,
Yeah,
but I don't think it brings you happiness.
it would help.
Yeah, it would help. It would help. It would help take a few holidays, but
Yeah,
we can't
I
even do
wouldn't
that
say
at the
that.
moment.
Yeah. So you are, yes, as Evita kind of built up your CV. I mean, you've traveled in many different dance worlds for the entirety of your life, I would say, including the social swing dance scene, the professional television and theater scenes. Having worked with so many like great dancers, actors, famous people, I guess the first question I have is, how do we rank?
Oh, bless you.
We've all known each other for.
You know what? Here's the thing. This is what I'm going to say to that. You guys are probably one of my greatest achievements.
Oh,
It's as a teacher, as a choreographer, as somebody who puts, you know, as you say, I work with many different types of people, dancers that have never danced before, celebrities that have never danced before, highly professional, you know, professionals that have been dancing all their lives. Seeing your growth from where you started to where you are now, as a teacher, you pass on the knowledge and you hope that knowledge is passed on again. And to me, that is such an achievement. And seeing what you guys have done, you've traveled globally. I'm just very proud of you guys. Very proud of you guys.
you're gonna make Evita cry.
Well, it doesn't take much, does it?
Well, that's fair too.
No, but yes, but maybe. I, Jenny, you know that means the world, and will always mean the world. One of my favorite stories about you is I remember first meeting you and being in early rehearsals, and you had the most stern face while watching any rehearsal, and it was always it wasn't a look of it was never a look of disapproval. It was always a look of like, how are we going to get this better? and and I remember, I'm sorry, there's construction outside the window, but I remember for the longest time, feedback after any run-through, not even a performance, even run-throughs, you know, was just always stuff to work on, always stuff to get better. And it must have been at least 4 years in of working and knowing you that after one of our performances, you said, that was a good job. And I mean, I almost fell over because I thought, oh my God, to warrant a compliment from you takes tremendous work and focus, and so to hear you give us this compliment now just
Well,
is
to me,
absolute gold.
it depends what environment you're working in. Because in a beginner's class or somebody you're coaching, you have to be encouraging and, you know, enthusiastic and try to give constructive criticism. When you're training as a pro, which you guys were training in a professional dance company, then the compliments are not so slowly, coming out of my mouth. And I sort of like tried to hold back a little bit, even though inside I'm very, I was very happy. I just never let you sort of see that too much. I can say that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people will say, oh, yeah, I've had that look.
Yeah.
That look of, yeah.
Yeah. No, I would say you've always done it in a way that, at least I think I'll speak for you for a second, Evita. I think we've really responded positively to that way of encouragement where it's like, all right, it wasn't good enough. We'll keep trying harder. I think, like you said, it's contextual, or like
yes.
in the wrong environment, that look of like, can really break someone and encourage them.
Yeah.
And for us in that environment, it was very much like, all right, we just got to work harder. If she's not happy, we'll keep going.
I've also really come to understand that you only get the real critiques when someone really cares. Yeah. It's very easy to clap or say, good job, or that's good enough, but for somebody to really care and push you, that's the best. That really...
Well, because I think you're looking to see the end goal. There's further to go, and sometimes when people think they've got it, they don't try anymore, and they could go further. I'm my own worst critic. I'm constantly criticizing what I do. I look at things, I'm like, I could do this better. I could do this better, and I wish I had somebody in my ear mentoring me, advising me where I should go. And as you said, Michael, I'm dance mum. I've been called that a lot from people that I've worked with, especially you guys. You guys are always my babies. I always say that you're my babies. I think the first 7 years of Camp Savoy, I never introduced you as Michael and Evita. It was, and here's our babies.
Yeah.
That's just because it's a proud thing for me. So yeah, it's contextual. All of it is contextual.
Do you remember when you first met us? Like, because we all didn't meet at the same time.
No, I remember meeting you, Michael.
Oh.
I met you in Denver, Colorado, and I was teaching a workshop there with Eric Roberson.
That's right.
And it's funny because Eric was like 6'4" and I'm 5'2", and he was Hollywood style. I was Savoy style, even though that didn't mean anything. It was about lead and follow, and we were teaching classes together. And I think you came up at the Saturday night and you said, I'm coming to California. If I send you a video of me dancing, would you guys take a look at it? Something like that. And I remember seeing that video.
You don't still have that video, do you?
Of course. It's probably on VHS somewhere.
It would be on VHS. I can confirm that it's probably on VHS.
Yeah.
So, from my side of it, this is how it played out. No, it was at that weekend. But it was, what had happened was at the end of the Sunday classes, there was, and I was still commuting, because my home at the time was Fort Collins, which is like an hour north of Denver, but I would come down for the workshops. And I got invited to the post-workshop kind of Sunday barbecue thing, which I never participated in because I didn't really know the Denver dancers, but someone was...
I remember that now. Yeah.
They were like, hey, do you want to come to this thing? And I was like, okay, sure. And it was like someone's loft downtown. And I was
That's
like,
right.
And I didn't know anybody. And you were there, and I decided to introduce myself to you. And I feel like one of the things that I said to you was like, so now that swing dance is dying in popularity, like, what are your plans? Like, I put my foot in it somehow. Like, I don't even remember.
I don't remember this.
It's probably best. It's probably best. But you were super gracious, and you're like, well, we're relocating from New York to LA, and we're starting a dance company. And I said, oh, one of my best friend at university is moving to LA. If you need dancers, I'll give you his contact information. And so I would never put myself forward to say like, I'm coming to LA, hire me.
Right. Okay.
That's very LA to do. But yeah, so I was like, let me give you my friend's contact. And so that was that. And then I didn't follow up until about 6 months later when Paul, his name is Paul. Hey, Paul.
He had already started in the company, hadn't he?
Yeah, he moved out to LA and he auditioned and he got in and then he called me 6 months later and said, we need more leads. Would you come out and do this? And I was like, okay. And that's when you made a request for an audition video, because you're like, I don't know who this person is. And I was like, okay. So I set up my big old camcorder on a tripod and sent it off. I still have braces at.
Hey, you got in.
Yeah.
You had something, Michael. You had something.
Anyway, so yeah, that was.
And you were so skinny.
What do you mean was?
No, I'm just saying you were really, really skinny at that point.
Yeah, Michael was definitely like a very long, thin, lanky boy at the time. I'd have to say.
Young man, very, very young man.
Young man, yes, young man.
Young man anymore, Michael. But,
this conversation took a turn in a way that I didn't anticipate, and I'd love to keep moving forward if that's all right.
I remember Evita just being this ball of energy, just full of enthusiasm and like just full of passion and just wanting to do this and wanting to do that. But the one thing I remember, it took a while to teach you to jump, Evita.
Oh my God. Yes. So the whole ball of energy sadly just had energy kind of going like an asterisk out in every single direction. And I didn't know, except for up. Except for up. I was mostly like, out like this. And man, jumping is still tough.
No, you soon overcame that, Evita. You soon overcame.
I had to learn, though. You're absolutely right. I had to learn. It was so foreign to me, the power and the coordination. And then when I got partnered up with Michael, it was like, how am I ever going to jump up to even his chest height, much less his shoulders? Yeah, it made me taller, I think, in a lot of ways.
But
you guys fitted. You guys fitted right from that point, though, didn't you?
We did make it work somehow, some way, despite everything. We willed it to happen.
The long journey. Yeah.
Very quickly, Steve Berman wants to know if there are any nicknames for my skinny legs. Not to my knowledge from these two lovely people, but my mother used to call me Boo Boo Birdie Legs because I would bruise myself quite often. You're welcome, world.
Aww.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about me. Jenny, I've got a question for you. I'm curious to know because you've had all these experiences in all these different realms of dance. Like, is there a favorite kind of gig? Is there a type of work that you dread? Like highs and lows.
Oh God. Most gigs have some type of challenge to it. There's some type of challenge to all gigs. I hate pressure, but I thrive under pressure.
Okay, yeah.
For example, like the TV show, you have a very finite time to choreograph, put it on the pro and the celeb, and then you have to let it go. That's really tough. That's the pressure when I'm doing the TV show. I don't really sleep Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday nights, because Sunday I create the routine. I come in Monday, put it on them. Some things aren't right, so I go home and I think, how can I make that better? Come in the next day. If it's a celebrity who's not doing so well, or not, used to picking things up, then I'll keep it and just change a tiny bit. And I go home again and I think, how can I make this better? How can I make this fit this person? It's not about what I can do. It's about how I can make them, how good can I make them look?
Yeah.
And so that pressure is just, as I said, I don't sleep for about 3 months, Monday to Wednesdays. But I love it. I get to the end of the week, you see the results, I love it.
Yeah.
When I teach my classes, my regular classes, there's no pressure, and I love it. I see, there is no real pressure, because you're teaching what you know. It's not a 10 million audience at the other end of it. By the end of 5 days of rehearsal, that's it. There's no 10 million audience.
Yeah.
So you're seeing the results slowly, and that is a different sort of pleasure, a different achievement. I'd say, yeah, each thing has its challenge. I think when I have more time to choreograph for my dance company, I think they've seen the worst side of me, because I come in and I'll change it each week because I have time. Right, I'm happy with that, I'm not happy with that, don't like that. They've practiced all week, I'll come in the next week and say, I'm changing it. And everybody just goes, no. So yeah, it's hard to sort of say which one really, because I love all of them. I love every single side of my dance career.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm not so good with is teaching kids.
Really?
And that's probably through just not having the experience of not swearing. It is, because very so often a little 4-letter word will come out, and that's fine when you're with adults, but when you have children, you sort of can't do that. And I think it's a certain, you have to practice to teach kids. Right. And I don't, do I really have to? And so occasion I have a kid, I love children, but teaching them, I think, is just, I take my hat off to any teacher teaching whatever age kids all the way up. It's a highly skilled job, whether it's teaching dance or education or whatever. Seeing their moods when they come in. I choreographed a group quite recently, and they were ranging from 7 to 16. The little ones, they just kept coming up and they were all eager and fun in these wide eyes. And then in this project, I also had, as I said, a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, and this from the older one. And I'm just like, okay. And I come in and I always smile and I try to uplift everybody. And I walk out exhausted. So maybe it's just I'm too old to feel that exhaustion on a regular basis.
Oh. Go on, Evita.
No, you're definitely not too old for anything, Jenny, because I know what you can do, and that will never be a problem for you. I think you're right about it just takes practice, and it's like a different tactic. It's literally a different strategy. Yes. And I completely agree with you. If you don't feel comfortable with the tactics, then yeah, you're just drained because you've expended every possible option. I actually have felt that way in this pandemic, being isolated and having to try and still teach online. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, the first couple of classes, it was just like, can you hear me? Can you see me? Does that make sense? And just trying to figure out literally this new strategy for communicating, dancing, and teaching online. And I remember after the first couple of lessons just being exhausted, like beyond any in-person class.
Yeah, you've just taken up teaching online.
Well, like everybody else, we lost every gig for the near future. So yes, right at the beginning of the pandemic, I started to panic like everybody else. Whatever industry you're in, everybody panicked.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had friends who sat with me. I've got a computer, I've got them on FaceTime doing a tutorial of how to set up a Google Doc. I know what that was. So I can get online payments, because Camp Savoy, running Camp Savoy, I took care of the teachers, or the organization of that. But when it came to admin, I had Mehmet, Christine, Paula, Tony, and a bunch of volunteers. So all of that side was taken care of to a certain extent, aside from in later years when I started to do a little bit more of that. But this new way of learning, teaching online, like not everybody, I had never done before. I'm old school generation. So this was very, very new. And I found the setup of it more challenging than the classes themselves. Working out how Zoom worked, what Zoom. And so having some really good friends who shared their knowledge with me, I called a friend I saw her tap classes online. I'm like, Rachel, how are you doing that without this feedback? And she explained how to put something behind the computer for the sound and take out this on this setting, and that really helped me. So if I can help anybody, I will help them. They can help me. And I think I even watched a tutorial that Nick Williams did on how to teach online. I think it was something, oh no, it wasn't. It was how to put together an iMovie. Well, I didn't know how to do that. I still don't know how to do it, but I did it. And I did a really short iMovie to sell my classes. And it was such an achievement. It took me 5 hours. And I showed Mikey, my son, and I said, hey, Mikey, what do you think? He went, oh, you can tell that's done on iMovie. I'm like, okay, but hey, I've just done that myself. And he says, no, it's well done, Mum. Well done. Patronizing his help. But I'm like, okay, I did it. So like everyone, it's the whole learning process, which was quite just overwhelming. I cried a lot in the first 2 weeks. I cried. And somebody else is like, you can do it, Jenny. And I'm like, no, I can't. I'm too old to learn this. But hey, it's survival. I had to do it to survive. And luckily, my online classes seem to be going okay. I've got some great students. I even have students from Denver. I have students from, Germany, Austria, France, because I've done it so that if they can't do it at the time I'm teaching, they can still buy the class and get the YouTube links that I do unlisted. So it's been working out really well. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, then. I'm still learning technology as well. All of this talk about your classes, where can they go to sign up? If people watching would like to learn from you, why wouldn't they? Where could they go?
My webpage. It's a really old webpage, sorry. I don't have all the new things that everybody has, but it's a webpage that with info anyway, and it's jennytapsthomas.com.
You mean something like that?
Ah, yay!
Now, specifically, and there's a lot of great information on that website, but if they wanted to sign up for classes, they could also just go to jennytapsthomas.com.
All right. Wow, you're prepared. And I see in the chat some of my students are there. Tim, yay, Michelle, Caroline, Jane. Oh, all of those guys that they do my online classes. Bless them.
In a lot of ways, Jenny, as much of a headache as it is to have to learn all of this new stuff and completely reformat everything, I think it is so wonderful that so many more people are able to learn from you who maybe couldn't, get over to London, or maybe you didn't have time to go over to Denver. Also, something that is hugely important is that you have now recorded your lessons. So there's like they're saved, they're there, for preservation.
my classes are not, there's nothing edited. So the recording starts from the minute I start a live class and when it finishes. So you get the bloopers of me going wrong in my live class, whereby I'm like, I've done it and I've completely forgotten. I'm like, I'm staring at a wall. How would you expect? I'm only human, you know, and I've forgotten it. And so when they watch the classes back, the feedback to me is it's like I'm in the live class anyway. And I ask them questions and they answer, and even though they're not getting an answer from me. Yeah. So, and it's been interesting learning for me too. Yeah.
That's great. That's really great. Well,
and it means that I've had more balance in my life. Balance of, yes, I'm doing more classes, I'm teaching more, right. But like a lot of people are realizing the traveling that we do. And I don't get me wrong, I can't wait to get back to our careers that we had and traveling to different countries and teaching and just passing on the knowledge, because at the moment I am only teaching solo classes, solo jazz, soft shoe and things like that. I can't wait to have a partner's hand in mine and just feel that again. But you know, until that happens, I'm having more time at home with my partner Daryl, and like I'm doing life things, normal life things, and I love my dancing, and I always say I have a rich life. I'm not rich, but I have a rich life. I have a fabulous home life. I have a fabulous job, and what more could you ask for, really? You know. And Mikey's going to university. Oh my God! I know. Where did that go? And so all of this is you're right, Evita. It puts life into another perspective, and I'm just looking at things in a different way now. I want all of that again, but while we are in this situation, I'm just trying to make the most of it in the most positive way.
Well said. Look at you.
And also, Jenny, it shows. You look so beautiful, so healthy, so just glowing. You look amazing.
Oh, and that's because I got that nice thing that you can change the image on this, you know.
No, Jenny. No. It is you. It is you. And it's a reflection of your inner strength and your attitude in all of this.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I will say that it's been so lovely to have you. Would you ever come back and talk to us again? There's so many more stories to share. Would you be willing?
We'll see. Yeah, of course I would. Of course. Yes, absolutely.
Well, I know, speaking of all that, Strictly starts up soon, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It starts... Well, it's actually started now. The build of the show has started now. They started pre-recording already. Daryl, my partner, works on the show. As you guys know, he's a sound engineer on the show. They're doing the build. I think they start the actual show, my side of the job, in mid-October.
Oh, okay. So
because of COVID, the build is just taking twice as long.
Right. Because
you're only allowed a certain department in the build, and then the next department, whether it's sound or lighting, and you can't cross over.
Right.
Yeah.
And then your classes start in September.
I'm doing another series of they're 4-week courses, and yeah, I'm doing the whole of September. I'll see how it goes. My students have asked, can I continue doing that? And I think I probably will, even when we are back. Well, whenever that's going to be, back to traveling or whatever. I love the fact that I'm seeing guys that I wouldn't get in my regular Monday night class because they live too far away. So I can still do those classes for those students. And yeah, So that's why I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue. It might not be as many each week because I do 6 classes a week at the moment, and yeah.
That's great. Well, and again, for everyone, there you go. Go to jennytapsthomas.com if you're interested in either of those classes or just getting to know more about Jenny through a website that she presumably built herself.
Can I say a thank you to Evita for loaning you to me, Michael? I know you don't need permission, but it's like to thank Evita because Michael and I have, partnered a lot lately, and he is such a beautiful, amazing partner.
He's pretty, yeah.
We never need more than 5 minutes to work out a weekend. I shouldn't say that, really, should I?
No, we put a lot of effort.
We put a lot of effort because we've had the same training. You've been on the same journey. You found yourselves. You've got a different journey. You've got your own journey, but at the same time, we've all been there, on that same level, that same plane. We come from the same book. Yeah. And so having that, it's so easy to just go, okay, let's do this, we connect. Everything works. So thank you, Evita. Thank you, Michael, of course.
Jenny, I'm so grateful and happy that Michael being across the pond, as they say, that you're keeping him busy and keeping him dancing.
Mom took care of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let him, sit on the couch for too long. Keep him going. Keep him doing.
Yeah.
She hasn't done anything about this, though.
Well, I'm not going to bring that up, Michael.
Fair enough. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe for the next conversation we can just have like all the stories about Jenny helping Michael find his true hair color.
I think I have a photo of maybe one of the first Camp Savoy when you had this yellow, some type of shell suit on with really black sort of like short hair, and I told you to dye it black.
Yeah, I did that for you. Yeah, I did. I look like...
I said you need to look distinguished.
Well, yeah, because I have mousy brown hair. Not that I remember exactly.
Is that what I called you, mousy?
Probably. It was probably something exactly like that, but yeah. Well, listen, it's been so much fun reminiscing, and thank you again for
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh. And we have to do a round 2, like a second edition.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can all like gather some photos and bring them to the table of
That would be fun. Yeah.
Speaking of hairstyles, Jenny, I've seen a lot of your hairstyles over the years, and
not hairstyles, just probably a lot of different colors.
Well, I've seen a perm on you, and I've seen
a perm that went like that.
Yeah. Do they do anything other than that?
No.
Yeah.
It was just awful. It just went into a triangle.
Oh, so good. Well, thank you again, and I know we'll be in touch soon. But thank you, everyone else, for having joined. And it's been really lovely. It's been great.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right. Take care of yourself, Jenny. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye.
Love you.
Aww.
Oh, man. She's so beautiful. Oh, my God. Still, always, forever, like the epitome example role model of dance elegance, dancer elegance, professionalism, just...
Yeah, all of those things. And she really did. She has been such an influence on so much of what we do and what we present, and we can't thank her enough for all of the gifts that she's bestowed upon us. I just want to take a minute to talk to some people in the chat as well, to again say thank you all for being with us, and it's been really lovely. It's been a great Wednesday. Is there anything else to be?
So good to hear her story. Thank you, Benny. Thanks, Meredith. Hey, Horst, great, Jamie, Chidin. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and letting us know that you're there. And yeah, there's I think there's more stories and more questions to ask her for sure.
We'll have her back without a doubt. Other than that, we've been busy, of course, with the website. I know that you've put up some new videos for the workshop that we did in June. Yes? Can you hear me?
True confessions. I might have to say my headphones just died,
We can
and
still
I
hear you.
switched from them to the system. You can still hear me, but I'm having a hard time hearing you. I hear
Not
you,
great.
but you're super quiet. So just saying, eh.
Turn the volume up on your device. Turn the volume
What?
up on your device. This is real. This is still live. We are doing this. No, I just want to say just
That's
a
great.
quick.
That's me blowing a kiss to everyone and saying, mwah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. My shameless bit of promotion for everyone is that, of course, we also have a website full of educational videos. It is syncopatedcity.com. We've just put up all of our workshop material from June 27th. So we took all of that material and we've chopped it up into individual lessons, and that's now on the site for our members. If you'd like to become a member, then definitely go and sign up at syncopatedcity.com. It is a mere $25 a month, and it is worth it in our humble opinion. Also, speaking of workshops, we will be doing another workshop in September 19th, I believe. Yes?
That's right. That's right. We're going to do another solo jazz workshop, and it will be the both of us together teaching the solo jazz.
Nice.
And it's open to anyone and everyone, and we'll have that information for registering very soon. But save the date, Saturday, September 19th, from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is, I think, 6 to 8 p.m. London time.
You are good. Look at you knowing time zones.
Oh, man. I know what time it is in every part of the world right now. Like, in Australia right now, it's 6 a.m., in case anyone wanted to know.
That's amazing. If people want more information, you can definitely go to, you can sign up to our email list, because that's the way that we kind of keep in touch with people. And other than that, I don't know what else to say.
I think we're good. Keep dancing, guys. I think Jenny gave us just so much inspiration about how to stay positive, figure out how you can still be connected and still be physically active and still dance, even though we're all kind of, locked up and still being isolated. But, it's not over. So keep going.
Yeah. Hey, Evita, thanks for joining me. It's good to see you.
You too, Michael.
Speak.
It's like it's like a hang every Wednesday, party time.
It's a great excuse. I love it.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll do the same thing. We'll have another special guest. I'll request next week that we have a cocktail, because usually that's the way I've done it, but I didn't enforce that this week. So we'll make a drink of some sort.
I'll make that happen. 3 p.m. in New York next Wednesday. I can do that.
It's after midday. There's no shame.
Yeah. I'm
All
so
right.
excited. All right. We'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.